Well, hello again. It's Unanswered. I'm Jimmy Ray,
And I'm Thomasina.
and we're so glad you've joined us again. Listen, before we even start today's podcast, I do want to invite you to call the numbers on the bottom, scan the
Yes.
barcode in the left-hand top of the screen for any questions or comments or any suggestions you might have. I know one of them is hire an engineer.
Well, you guys don't get to see the part before because we're so good at editing.
Oh yeah.
And then we have a little intro, which by the way, I always say Jimmy Ray is the one who um he illustrated it. Everything. Everything was Jimmy Ray playing it, made the song, did the tunes, everything. Jimmy
That's
Ray.
crazy.
Yeah, and I like it. I
And
like it.
also, before we get started, uh, if you've been with us a little while, you know I bonked my head and have a big thing up here on the clothesline pole, which we don't even use anymore. It's rusted. I should just take it out.
It just beats the crap out of me.
Yeah, I mean, came up and hit it hard. And well, my wife is joking me all the time about what is it with you and your head? I mean, I'm always hitting my head. It's like I need more eyes, is what I need. Oh, the other day I'm doing outside work and I'm doing something, trimming a bush or whatever, and I come up and I hit a stick.
Oh my
As
gosh.
white as right
Oh
here.
my gosh. Is that almost the same place?
I don't remember, probably.
I
But
feel
anyway,
like when you went to the camera last time, it was almost the same view.
that's the way I roll.
You just can't even make it on the other side. You just can't.
Someday it's just gonna be Thomasina. What happened to Jimmy? He hit his head really hard this time. But anyway, so I just thought I'd let you in
Coming to
because
us live
your
from the hospital
family,
bed.
yeah, your family. So I just keep you posted
Yeah.
as to how uncoordinated I am.
And it's
Yeah.
quite comical. And I'm sure your wife just continually laughs
Yes.
nonstop. And I do think that that is healthy.
Oh yeah. No, I have to keep her somehow, and laughing is my method.
I love it.
I'll
I
do
love
anything because when she wakes up and realizes who she's married to, it
it.
could get ugly.
Does she wear glasses?
To read, yes.
Okay, just to
Yeah.
read. All right. So you're okay. She knows what you look like in the morning without your makeup.
Whew.
Yeah.
I don't know if she looks or not. I'm just gonna get out of bed.
Oh, all right. It's talking about real estate, like your
Yes.
face, right?
Yes.
Talking about real estate. We're going to dive in today at a couple different levels. I'm going to go more on the agent side of things, but also could help you guys out there who are content creators or anyone that is looking as far as buying or selling as to what to look for that is real versus fake.
Mm.
Because AI is taking over. And I'm going to talk about the good and the bad. And Jimmy Ray, you're going
Yeah.
to talk about.
Well, I come across people that are listing their house or are interested in selling their house, have unrealistic expectations of their value. And I'll explain why that is, and we'll talk more about it coming up.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to dive in. So I went to this class, it was an AI class. And I like to stay ahead of the curve,
Yeah.
especially with technology, real estate, content creating. I have children who are adults, but they help along the way. One of mine is a computer engineer, so he's going to school for that. So that helps. I appreciate that.
That apple didn't fall far from the tree, did it?
No, it didn't. And the other one is a mechanical engineer. So
Okay.
doing great. But when I went to this class, one of the people there had asked the question, is there anything with all of the AI, like Chat GPT and all of these
Right.
things, Gemini, that we are missing that could possibly take out some of the quirks? So, kind of like what we were talking about this morning, how we were having these setbacks with Apple had an update, just so you know. And so
Right.
the phone was fine, but when we got on the iPad, it was kind of quirky.
Yeah.
And so we had to kind of, structure ourselves around that. But I will say that um and I say because that's what they asked for. Can you take out the ums, the ands, the mouth sounds, the different
Yeah.
aneurysms that maybe you don't want? And the guy said, yes, it can, but do not do that because the algorithm is looking for the mistake. So now that we have AI and it's getting so big, what happens is the algorithm for excuse me, all these social media platforms is looking for the ums and the ands because it makes you human.
Mm.
It makes you more human. And AI doesn't have that. So whenever it hears and sees that, it actually bumps you up in the algorithm,
Mm.
and the human eye and ear can pick those up as well.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
when you are looking at things, you're like, is that AI? Is it?
So this is not AI.
No, it's not. It's just
And I've been in radio since 1983, and I'll
yeah.
tell you something that has not changed. is that, viewers, listeners, they just want human interaction. They want
Mhm.
real human beings talking about real human stuff
They do.
and in a way that they are used to and can understand and relate to. And that's kind of what the whole AI thing is about now, is that AI is not how we talk in a lot of cases or how we present things. And so it's interesting that the algorithms are picking that up and they know
Yeah.
we prefer humanness.
Yeah, and all of this time, I'm trying not to do and, but I do know there's certain things I say. I'm like extremely, totally like I have
Yeah.
these words that I use all the time, and I'm glad that I use them because I replaced my and with that. Trying to train myself years ago. But there's still things that we do that you won't see. And so now I'm adding them. If you just heard me, I just did it again. So
That's
now I'm
okay
at
though.
I know, but before I was like, I knew I could hear myself getting ready to do it and would stop it. So now I'm letting it flow because you should too. That's how we're all going to know. Now, will AI catch up to that and start adding those in? Probably, but there's going to be something that you just can't have a computer do that makes
Yeah.
it more human. So I highly encourage you, even if you're not Italian like I am, use your hands, use your body language. Leave in those little words that you would normally want to take out. I had a lady just the other day came to me and said, I'm reading, I say lady, it's my sister-in-law. I'm
Oh,
reading
she's a lady.
this. Yes, she is. I'm reading this passage. She's reading and then recording and then sending it out for Bible studies. And so she's reading it. She goes, and I hear myself go,
Yeah.
and I want to not do that. How can I try? I said, listen, don't train yourself not to do that
Yeah.
because this. And so I told her about it. She was like, that makes me feel so much better. And it does put you at ease.
Well, absolutely. And on that note, I think that there is a line though that it can just get irritating.
Yeah.
So if something that I'm doing in my mannerisms or my speech gets irritating
Put
to
it in the
anyone,
comments.
yeah, yeah. No, not me personally, but I'm just saying when you're presenting yourself as a human being, if you have something that is irritating,
Yes,
it's okay to take that out
it
because
is.
there is a line. If you go over, then now you're turning people off, and I don't want to listen to that.
True, true,
Yeah,
because I will listen to people reading and they'll go, after every like fourth
yeah,
word. Now that is
yeah,
irritating, right?
yeah.
That's very irritating. I will say this though, with AI jumping into how everything is being performed, I am starting to use it more, and I think you should too. I know that a lot of people are against it, but if we don't use it, we can't be in control of it.
Mhm.
And so we need to learn how to use it. So it's a funny story I have. My husband, and this is my opinion of what my husband said something really stupid the other day. And I wanted to snap back at him like in a funny way. But
Okay.
sometimes I'm just a little bit too funny for my husband. And so he's like, can we be serious? So I immediately said, you know what? I have been practicing with AI on everything I do. And if you guys don't think AI can help you, here's a tip. Go into the refrigerator tonight, take a picture, just what's in your fridge, and ask Chat GPT to tell you what you can fix for dinner. Yep. It'll take everything and tell you all these different recipes. So I'm
Wow.
telling him this, and I said, and I want to use it in ways that can better me. I said, as a follower of Christ, as a wife, as a mom in business, that's how I live my life, just in that order. So I said that to him, and he said, really, how do you think how do you think it'll help? And I said, well, one moment. My husband said something really stupid to me.
What should I
And
respond
I
with?
told him what it said. And I'd like to respond in a nice way, but also funny. And it sounds like me. And it told me what to say. And he started laughing. And then it said, do you want me to have a really quick comeback for you that you can send in a text as well? And I was like, yes. This went over 20 minutes. He never said another word after the first thing he said. Hey, I just kept on taking the conversation.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so you
hilarious.
can use it for funny things too to practice, but it's a really good practice because the more you use it, the more it gets to know you and your personality.
Yeah.
Now, I still don't want to use it for a lot of things. I mean, even Google, by the way, we're both older than Google in case you really want to dive
Oh,
into
yeah.
what the right answers are
Yeah. Yeah.
for
That's right.
unanswered. So, even Google, whenever I type something in, I don't just trust the first thing that pops up, right? I want to research it. So,
Right.
same thing with Chat GPT. When it's factual information, I still don't think it's there yet. It's learning, it's a baby. It needs to walk before it can run.
Mhm.
And so you have to feed it for it to do what it needs to do. But if you do, it's great. So content creating, even for this, I'll say, hey, this is unanswered. I need to have a description, 5 hashtags,
Right.
and put it all together. No M dashes, by the way. That's a tip for you. Tell it no M dashes, because an M dash, which is a double dash,
Right.
is what AI does all the time. And that's how you can tell when something's written in AI. Someone won't take out the M dashes. another tip another
Ooh.
tip for you all out
Nice
there.
tip. Nice
Yes.
tip.
So this is just off of a training that I did. I'm going to have the gentleman also come in here, and he's going to do a
Great.
training for our office, and he's going to be on unanswered. He's going to be on
Awesome.
unanswered.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's not going to be until January. I know it's really early to leak that out, but he is amazing. I'm going to also, in the comments, I'm going to put his info down there for you to be able to go and follow him on Instagram. Another tip, agents. And then I'm going to let Jimmy Ray take over for a minute because I am talking too much.
No, you're not. It's
Um,
good. This is all good information.
I
I'm
know, but they
learning.
want to hear you too. We got to go
I'm
back
not sure it
and
is.
forth. So Instagram is an untapped resource for the real estate world and any business world. Anybody out there in business, sales, or just wants to get their name out, Instagram is untapped. You need to jump in there. They don't pay you to do your reels and all of that, but it pays to be on Instagram because it's all business and you're going to get a lot of referrals, a lot of business, and you need to start going out there, especially real estate. You guys need to dive in there.
I need to dive in there.
Yes, you
More.
do.
I really
Jimmy
need to
Ray,
dive into
I'm
that.
going to make you dive in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to show Jimmy Ray today how he's going to be able to take a bunch of these little clips from this episode and put it out there
Mm.
in 5 minutes.
Shut up.
Uh-huh.
Crazy. You know, I
Yeah.
was thinking while you were talking there about the whole AI thing and, making
Yeah.
yourself perfect when we're not, none of us.
Right.
When you actually meet that client, if you're an agent, is that who they get? It's not who they
Ooh.
get. So they expect one thing and you're giving them the real you,
Right.
which is fine. The real you is fine. And that's our point, I
Yeah,
guess.
it is.
The real you is fine.
It absolutely is. Everybody thinks you have to dress up, or maybe your clientele, you think you don't have to dress up. Just be you.
Yeah.
Just be you. If you're at a firm who tells you have to dress up every single day and you have to look polished, maybe your clientele just doesn't relate to that.
Yeah.
Maybe you're in an area that doesn't relate to that, or maybe you need to change. Because listen, I either look homeless or $1,000,000. That's the choice. There is no in between. I'm either walking downstairs looking homeless, or I'm walking out the door look like $1,000,000. I don't have an in between.
I'm
So
in
I
between.
yes.
I'm right in between.
I literally have to dress for the
Yeah.
clientele that I'm in front of, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And, I've been one of those that's been blessed in my life to being on the radio and in bands and stuff before that, to not have to dress up in big boy clothes. The one year I did TV here on the ABC affiliate was miserable. I love the people I worked with and all that, but having to shave every day and, it wasn't me, getting on TV. Actually, this is not really me, but it's much more relaxed than a regular network TV job.
I enjoy it. I really
Absolutely.
like having you here in person because before I knew Jimmy Ray, I knew Jimmy Ray on the radio, right?
Right. Right.
And so what I imagined in my head came to fruition and it joined. And I think that's how our viewers are. For those of
Yeah.
you that have heard Jimmy Ray, I mean, now you get to see him and you get to see that what you hear is really him. That's how he is all the time. I wish I could tell you that this is just for this podcast or for the no, he lives the Jimmy Ray
Well,
attitude.
it is who I
Jimmy
am.
Ray-itude.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy Ray.
Get out. You are on fire. In Waco. I'm taking you with me to the radio station today.
I am on there with you every once in a while. You'll hear me.
That's right. So on that same note, being you is so important. So when you go to represent and you finally meet that person in person, you want to be the authentic you that they saw and was attracted
Yes.
to from your videos or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So just be yourself in your videos. If you can, try not to read from a script. I will every once in a while you'll see me or Jimmy Ray have like a notebook. It's just our bullet points because we'll get carried away talking. We don't have a script. We don't. And it makes it so much more fun because
Yeah.
we're really having this conversation. And we try not to talk about, like, we might say a subject, but we try not to talk and know what each other's going to say so that we can have
Yeah.
the real, true live
Oh,
interaction
yeah.
because we want it as real as it can be.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, I learned something from Thomasine every time I see her. And I mean that. So that's why I love working with her and for her at Coastal Town Realty.
Aw.
So on the topic I brought to the table today.
Yes.
You know,
Such a good topic.
when you run into, and this is, I guess, for listing agents and buyers as well, I guess, but mostly for listing agents. When you go to that listing meeting for the first time, I'm so used to hearing HGTV lovers and Zestimate quoters,
Yeah.
talk about, well, this is what I think my property is worth.
Yeah.
And we all know that, those of us in the business, that your property is only worth what people are paying for that property in your neighborhood at this time.
Yep.
And so it's important to be honest with, I think, for me, to be honest with your potential client, your customer, um, listen, I'm going to get you the absolute most money we can in this market for this house, period. Whatever I got to do is what I'm going to do. But the market says it's not worth that right now. Let me show you what I mean with the comps. So, explaining to your customers, your clients, um, here's how an appraiser is going to look at this value, and the appraiser is the bottom line, unless it's a cash deal, right?
Right.
But I mean,
Still, I mean, I still say the appraiser's the bottom line because even at a cash deal, that's going to tell you what the market wants the house to be
well,
priced at. And then
right.
you need it, even at a cash deal, if you're flipping or what the case may be, right? You still need to know what your equity is.
Well,
So I
that's
agree
true.
with that.
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, I don't think a lot of sellers understand, people that don't sell houses every day like we do, understand exactly how the value thing works.
Yeah.
So if I think it's worth an explanation right out of the box. Here's how we're going to value your house, because here's what really matters to the people that are going to loan the buyers the money. And just get their expectations in the right spot. And that's going to make the whole process a lot easier, a lot smoother, by setting the bar at the right spot right out of the box.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And very honest, because again, a lot of agents I've run into along the way have overpromised, and that's never good. You're never going to see a referral from an unsatisfied seller.
No, do
Okay.
not overpromise and underdeliver.
Yeah, you said we could get 550 and we sold it for 475. How far off is that? I mean, that's a lot of money to a seller. And when they think they're going to get 550 and they get 475, probably not going to be a referral person for you.
No.
So honesty and setting those expectations right out of the box, key. I think that's critical.
And for those of you that are selling your home, you have to understand that some people are coming in because the public has wanted us to tell you the highest price. Now, my firm, we do not do that. We tell you the honest price. So there's two H's. I say there's a highest price and an honest price.
Yeah.
The highest price has to be honest, but sometimes it's not. And so someone will come in and say, okay, let's price it 50,000 more than what Jimmy Ray priced it.
Right.
And the seller's like, yes, I can get more money if I go with you. That's not true. Whatever the price is,
It is
you're
what
not
it
going to get more money because that person said it. You're going to get the money that the public and your
Market.
area of your neighborhood market as to what that actually is.
Yeah, I think honesty right up front. Because again, go back a couple episodes. I'm all about relationships. And if they've got to know that whatever this guy is telling me is exactly what he thinks is right, and he knows what he's doing, and I trust him or her. I mean, you got to establish that right out of the box. So the value is probably the most important thing to your client.
Mhm.
And so to give them an accurate, here's how it works. I think A is how it should be. And I always try to, and B, it sets you up for a great relationship during
Yes.
this transaction.
Yes.
But I always think my strategy is, find out what the range is and for that home in that market at the time, and price it as much as you can in the range. Price it where it belongs, and you're going to get 2, 3, 4 people interested in that house. That's when you're going to make more money.
Yeah.
Right.
And right now it is a buyer's market nationally and in our area. It may not be where you're at right now, but nationally and in our area, it is a buyer's market. And I will tell you this, if you actually build that relationship instead of trying to wow them, if you actually try to help them, if you go in
Yeah.
with the mindset that you are helping them, you will get more referrals. And the sellers love that because why? It's a human thing to do.
It's a relationship.
Absolutely. This is a relationship based market, business. and world. And I will tell you this. So back to AI, just a little bit on this. I did have a lot of people ask me, now that you're talking about the buying and selling, is AI going to replace real estate agents? Is AI going to take over and AI will be the person who sells the home for the seller? And I will tell you, and this will end everything. And I learned this at this training. I cannot wait for you guys to meet this mysterious man. We're going to talk more about him until January. So I'm not releasing the name quite yet to stay mysterious.
I'm so tickled.
I know.
Where is he?
Yeah.
Bring him on.
So, and this is so true. Anytime you call that you need help, I don't care what it is, whether it's your phone bill, electric bill, if it's a credit card, if it's your computer, if it's to buy something. When you call and you need help, what do? You hit 0. You say representative. You
Yeah,
say
customer service.
customer service, right? And then you hit it again. And then you say it again. And then you say it because you want to talk to what?
A person.
A real person. And so
Not a
this has been going on for years.
Yeah.
The computers have tried to step in to make the process easier, and all we're doing is getting angry with them.
Yeah.
And this goes from anybody from 15 years old up to 150. I mean, it doesn't matter. We all want to speak to a live
Right.
person.
Right.
So will AI replace it? No, because we have the live person aspect because we are live people. And so these people need help. You need help, and you want to speak to a live person. No, I do not believe that they will replace real estate.
No, because you want to be able to contact that other human that's taking care of your business for you
That's right.
with questions any time of the day or night and get an answer
Yep.
that you know is factual and you can trust.
Yeah. So, Jimmy Ray.
Yeah.
With this whole selling that you're talking, because I think it's a great topic that you brought up today. And I've heard people talk about AI and using AI as staging and whatnot. For you, when you're seeing it, because you can kind of tell by looking at the pictures, right? How do you feel? I personally have a feeling about it, but how do you feel about agents and companies using AI for staging different Twilight pictures? How do you feel about it?
I don't
I can
like it.
tell by his face.
I don't like it. I'm all about here's how it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, you want to make that house look as great as it ever has as possible, but to enhance it with computer stuff, that's what I'm going to expect when I walk in.
Yeah, and it's disappointing. So here's what I think. This is my 2 cents on this. Have you noticed that with TikTok, social media platforms, if it's AI now, that has to say that it's AI?
Oh,
or
yeah.
that- I, I always make agents angry one, at least one per episode. Just once, and here it is. I do think that when that's the case, that people should be able to use it if they want to, but it has to be marked.
Yeah, no, I thought I thought it
Not
did have to
everywhere.
be. No?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's per MLS. How about that? It's
Yeah.
per MLS. And I don't know Zillow's standpoint on that. I don't know if they push it through, if they do it. I have to do some research on that. But per MLS, whether they have you say yes or no. But here's the thing. What I have researched on, it just says if you're using AI, you have to say it. None of them that I've seen have the bot that can detect it. And that's what I'm talking about. It needs to be a bot that detects it when you're uploading the pictures, that puts the watermark on, or will not allow it to go forward with the listing without the watermark. And then some of them just have it in the comments. I would like to see the watermark on the pictures, the ones that have AI. And that's where you are going to come after me, and I'm okay with it.
Comment below.
Don't call that number at the
Scan
bottom.
the,
Go up here to the
Barcode up there. Scan that. Tell her what you think. It's all good. But I know I'm just so old school in things. I've built my whole career on people interaction.
Yeah.
And, for me, I don't want to misrepresent anything. I mean, it does make it look fantastic, but when the buyer gets there, who does that help when it's not what they thought it was?
Yeah. And everybody thinks, well, it's going to bring people in the. Listen, if you just go live at your listings or you do video and you put that out there, that's going to bring people in too.
Yeah.
All you're bringing in are people who are going to be disappointed when they get there. If you're going live and listen, you can always go out there and get other agents to do open houses. Have them go live. Have them go live. Everyone right now is wanting the live version. It's kind of like the 90s. Remember when in the 90s, those of you that were not born there, please you could just revert back to Google or AI to ask.
The 90s just yesterday. I mean,
I feel like it.
time's flying.
Oh, now it's vintage.
Yeah.
Goodness. But remember in the 90s, whenever all the live shows were coming out on TV and people were glued to it, right?
Oh yeah.
It was an addiction. Now that's what's happening again.
Reality shows, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm saying live so that it'll relate. So here's the thing. It's the same way that that was in the 90s as where it is now because AI is coming in.
Mhm.
And so now everybody is wanting that live,
Yeah.
real person. So the more you go live and you actually use those videos and repurpose them, right? It is better for you for the public. And everyone now for the 80s and 90s, they all want this vintage look and feel of even their houses, right? So it's like everything right now is getting reverted back to the 90s with a new twist on it or an upgrade on it. So if you, for those of you that lived through the 90s, you need to, we barely lived through the 90s, but that lived through the 90s, you need to revert back to those things and just
Yeah.
think of how you were earning for that. Like you just wanted to see exactly what's going on. You thought
Yeah.
that camera wasn't cutting off. In a lot of cases, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just keeps on rolling, right? Do the same thing with real estate.
Yeah.
That's what people want to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you can't go wrong putting it out there,
You can't.
being honest.
Honesty's best,
Because
always.
there are so many people, and I think, and this I guess is the next show maybe, but the rates are starting to come down. A lot of prognosticators saying they're really going to come down first quarter of 26. So with that in the possible future, it's getting ready to get stupid. There's going to be so many buyers.
It's getting ready to get
I
stupid.
mean, it's going to
We
get
can
stupid
hashtag
out
now.
there. So many buyers that, there's going to be plenty of people that are interested in your property, even if it's not a 10, if it's a 6 or a 7, put that lipstick on there and just sell it like it is.
Yeah.
And that'll always work out beter for you.
It will. It will. Just don't get the lipstick from AI. In my opinion. In my opinion.
What a great way to wrap it.
All right. So we are Jimmy Ray and Thomasina with Unanswered. And we hope that you got a little bit out of this, that you're not too angry with me, and that you're going to come back for the next episode
Yeah, we'd love to hear
because,
from you.
yes, we want to give you everything that we possibly can. Again, if there's something that you want to see here, put it below in the comments. We will address it. That's how we came up with the AI this time.
Yeah.
And I jumped on a training just so we could do it. But I just think that the more info we get from you guys, the more information we can give you. So
Absolutely.
it's a give and take.
And if you'd like me just to move off screen so you don't have to look, for the next one.
No, Jimmy Ray, we need to see how your forehead is doing at all times. We're very concerned
I think
about
I'm going to
it.
sell this billboard space, actually. So, listen, we love your questions. We love your input. There's my phone number scrolling across the bottom, her barcode at the top there. And we'd love to hear from you. And if you're on TikTok, please drop a comment or a question. We really love you. Appreciate you every week or every time we do this. It's Thomasina and Jimmy Ray, and this is Unanswered.
Awesome. See you guys later.